It's July 11th. $100 challenge is now a month and like 2 weeks in. I'm still filling up these Super Nintendo boxes. In fact, I'll show you a couple of them, and I got a package too, and I'll show you that after this. So I got Street Combat. The cart goes with the box. It's not a great game. 5-year-old version of Street Fighter. Sort of 5-year-old Street Fighter would look like. NBA Jam TE. The cart. I already have it on the Genesis. One of my favorite games in the Genesis era. Always like the Super Nintendo version, but I prefer the Genesis. But now I got the cart for this. It's complete. Boom shakalaka.
From downtown, he's on fire.
NBA Jam, the original, goes with this box. So now I have it in the box. If you were like me, a kid in the 90s, late 80s, NBA Jam was one of the best games to come out in the arcade. Love the home console versions. I prefer TE, but NBA Jam is just as good. Revolution X. Join the revolution.
If you're watching this, then they've taken over.
The Aerosmith shooter game. I already have it on the Genesis. I prefer the Genesis version if I'm not mistaken. I've had this before in the Super Nintendo. I need to try to play it again. Got Caesar's Palace. It goes in this box in a minute, and it's complete. It's a Super Nintendo gambling game. It's not Caesar Palace. It's Super Caesar Palace. Well, I got a package today. No, it's not from Home Depot. See, I know it's in the box, but it's not from Home Depot. Now, about what's inside this box, I got it for really cheap. Honestly, it should have been for a lot more, because one of the items alone is what the whole box I paid for. Got it. So they're all in these, so I'm going to have to take a minute, take them all out, and show you. A mixture of boxes from multiple systems, including a DS Lite box for a Lite console, and I might have a DS Lite or might be a DSi. I gotta check. But I think all the paperwork is inside too, and it's kind of one of those summers. I keep getting these. Yeah, it looks like everything's in here. Oh no, for the Game Boy Color, just the box. I think there are manuals and stuff in here. I'll check later. I used to have this on the Game Boy Color. I don't know what happened to it, but it's a good looking box. Actually, I'm impressed by a lot of these. Rayman Adventure, I need the game, but remember, these are all boxes only except for one item in here. You know how I feel about the Game Boy. So I got this. It's the AC adapter box. Just the box for the Game Boy Advance. I got the cart and the manual, so that it's complete. Let's go over the Super Nintendo games in here. This is the best box I have for this game, so it's going to be a huge box upgrade. The Jungle Book. Now I have the cart for this as well. I have the cart for all these Super Nintendo games, so now my cart has a home, and these are good looking boxes. Paperboy 2. Once again, box, but good looking box. I have the manual for it too, so now this game is complete. I do not have this controller, but I have the box for it. I used to have the controller. Now I gotta hunt down this controller. I have the box for it now, but yeah. Now this is the box I really wanted for this lot. Not the easiest box to find, not even the easiest game to find for this system. Mr. Do. A great classic arcade game, and I think I talked about wanting this in the box, so I got that. This is a very mint box. I mean, all these boxes are very impressive. This is great. Now I'm going to do a label upgrade for my Mr. Do. Look at that cart. Does it belong in this box? I'm going to have to, but it doesn't affect playability. I remember I couldn't find Mr. Do anywhere. Originally bought Mr. Do to compare it to the Game Boy version. Still trying to find that Game Boy version again. Can never find USA. What's crazy, I remember getting some of these games for $1 not too long ago, including Street Combat. I think I got this for 50 cents back in like 2015. The cart, I can't believe it was like 15 bucks or 14 bucks. Prices have changed. I know we're 2024, not 2015 anymore, but it's just a little shocking, honestly, still. This is complete, and I think this is worth more than anything I paid for in this. The Handy Boy for the Game Boy. I almost bought this several times. This is complete. Handy Boy is the ultimate third-party accessory for your Game Boy. It makes your Game Boy look pretty freaky. I got a poster in here and something wonderful in here. It's history repeating itself. I got a CIB laser scope. So I had the laser scope when I first did the channel back in 2013. It's older than that. I think I had this in the collection during 2011. It was sold in 2017, and it has a receipt. On October 13, 1991, it was bought for $10. So I got it again for a really good price in 2024. Now this is going to be a replacement for what I have in here. And actually I've been watching this for a while. All right. I like how it's put in there. I need to buy more of these for the posters I have to sell. It's the room for Silent Hill. What it looks like in a picture frame. Ah, I love it. So I just sold this comic book lot 1 through 6 of God of War. Just sold that for $150. I sold it for pretty much what volume 1 can go for. Also included the Game of Thrones for free. I bought a lot of comics for $50. Grabbed the ones I wanted, mostly the older ones and some of the Wolverine ones. I was originally going to keep them. Like, well, no, let's move it. Actually get some video games. So I went to SideQuest Games today. I have plenty of empty boxes I need to fill, like Jeopardy. Jeopardy. Let's start off with a label upgrade. So I got Baja again, Super Opera Baja. But the back is great. Come on, which box is better? This one. But it's a label upgrade. So in that lot I recently got that had Mr. Do and all those other games, there was this random empty box, So I got the controller, but now will go in this box. I used to have a couple of these a long time ago. Hole-in-one Golf, meet Hole-in-one Golf. Pro Quarterback empty box, meet Pro Quarterback loose cart together. American Gladiators has the manual as well. Now I have the cart. Come together, CIB. Now here's the thing, a lot of these carts, these lower end carts I used to have. This is a game I used to have for the Game Boy. You know how I feel about the Game Boy, but I wanted to pick it up for a while again. It's kind of on the rare side. It's a game I used to have a while back when I almost had a near complete NTSC set for the Game Boy. When I wanted to get again, because it has Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 for the Game Boy. Mortal Kombat 1's not that great, but Mortal Kombat 2 is actually playable on the Game Boy. So I still have 7 boxes for the collection that I got in that big lot of like 68 Super Nintendo games that I need to get carts for. Just a small update. Got a package in today. The big one I've been waiting for. No, it's not a bunch of Super Nintendo boxes like before. It is a Super Nintendo game. Pretty big. I got Zero, the Cosmikaze Squirrel. It's boxed, has registration, and all the stuff, just missing the manual. This is one I really wanted to get for the collection, and I got it today. I have one more Super Nintendo game coming, for some reason was lost for about 2 weeks and now it's finally appearing. But this one's big. The $100 challenge has really been fruitful this summer. So this one has been on my list and I got it. Now the cart alone is $335. So I got this cart plus 100. The box could be about $200 to $300. Can't wait to play it. I heard it's challenging. It's part of the Acrobat series. You guys own series, Sunsoft. They love a challenge. It was a battle to get this, and I won. Barely. I lost a lot of auctions, but this one I won. It kind of reminds me of the Godzilla 2. I barely won this one. I think by like $1 or $2. I got this for a steal as well. So I've been sort of lucky. Not always. I've lost some great deals this summer. And I just got done replacing what used to be here with this vintage store display. And after 2 weeks of who knows where it's been, I finally got my Hulk, the Incredible Hulk for the Super Nintendo. Even has the Blockbuster sticker on there. Guys, that's pretty much it. We're gonna go to a bunch of garage sales. We'll have fun, go game, and see you guys later on the next $100 challenge. Thank you again so much for watching this episode of $100 Challenge. I'm on the road to increase that video game collection, hopefully getting that jackpot grand of $20,000. I've already achieved the mini award. Please comment, give a thumbs up, and follow. Subscribe if you haven't. It really does help me out. I'm trying to grow this channel just like growing the collection. If you're in the paranormal, I have my series Strange Occurrences. It's a series where I talk about odd life events I experienced, some on the paranormal side, and I talk about other people's stories as well. Some are known, and others not so much. Have fun, go game, and see you on the next $100 challenge or another video. Mr. Doom! Look at that intensity. Super Soccer.